All right. So we have a great fight on our hands. Depending on whenever this video comes out, the fight is either tonight or tomorrow night, whatever the case may be. I feel like this is a fight that not too many people are talking about, and that is Richardson Hitchins versus Oscar Duarte. And I'm going to just cut right to the chase. This is a 50-50 fight to me. And what I mean by it's a 50-50 fight, it's not the boxing ability. It's not the fact that I don't think Hitchins can outbox Duarte. That's not why I think it's a 50-50. The reason why I think it's a 50-50 is because I question how will Hitchins look when the fight goes from a boxing match to a dog fight. That is my biggest question whenever it comes to this fight. Because sure, Hitchins, I think Hitchins can outbox Duarte, right? I mean, I feel like anybody that knows Hitchins, at least by now, anybody that knows Hitchins, that have watched Hitchins, they understand what they're going to get out of Hitchins. He's a pure boxer. He works behind that jab. That jab is he has one of the best jabs in boxing, right? Everything is behind that jab. He loves to operate in space. Don't really have a good inside game. It's like he's pretty straightforward. You know what you're going to get out of Hitchins. But my thing is, I don't think he's going to be able to outbox Duarte for 12 rounds straight. I think at some point, I'm not saying for the whole entire fight, but I definitely do think there will be times in this fight where Hitchins is going to have to bite down on that mouthpiece and get down and dirty. The best way how I can explain it, this fight, simply put, this fight will show how much of a dog does Hitchins have in him. Because I just can't get it out of my head. I understand it's possible that he could bounce back, that he may have learned from that fight, but I just can't get it out of my head how he looked versus Gustavo Lemos, a smaller fighter. I mean, he's kind of a big puncher, right? But I just can't get it out of my head how easy it was for Lemos to put him on the ropes. And in addition to that, I was watching two fights. I briefly watched the Lemos fight, and I was watching his fight versus Daryl Hawkins, right? Who is a boxer. One of the main big problems of Hitchins, and I think this problem was amplified when he fought Lemos, and I think it can very well be amplified again when he fights Duarte. But one of the biggest problems I see with Hitchins is that he has a real bad tendency of putting himself on the ropes. Whether if that's going back in a straight line or what. But he has a real bad tendency of putting himself on the ropes. I seen how easy it was for Lemos. I mean, just in the first round, I seen how easy it was for Lemos to put him on the ropes. You was fighting Hawkins. Hawkins is a boxer just like you, and you was still getting put on the ropes. Whether if that was on your own accord or if he did, you know what I'm saying? It's the fact of he's still on the ropes. And I think you cannot make that mistake when you're fighting Duarte, who is a more of a pressure fighter than Lemos, who's a bigger fighter overall than Lemos, who's a bigger puncher than Lemos. You cannot afford to be on the ropes against Duarte. And I think based off of that tendency alone, I think that it's very well possible that we see that versus Duarte. I do think that is possible. I really believe at some point in this fight, the way how I see it, I do expect Hitchins to, box him. In the first few rounds, I see him boxing him, right? Jab, jab, boom, boom, jab. But I don't think he can jab, 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 jab. I don't think he could do that all night. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he could do that all night. One thing about Mexican fighters don't care. They are super tough. They are willing to take 30 jabs to land one big punch on you. They're willing to walk through 30 jabs to land one big punch on you. You can't sit there and jab, jab, Kenneth Sims tried that. That didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, he had to bite down and get down and dirty. I do expect Hitchins to box him, right? I think in the first few rounds, I think he's gonna box him. I think he's gonna use that jab. But it's when that gap starts to close, when that pressure starts to build, when the fight starts to get a little closer, because again, Hitchins like to operate in space. So whenever that, I mean, of course, he could also tie him up, turn him right, and then jab again. But again, that gap is going to slowly get smaller and smaller and smaller. What are you going to do when that gap starts to slowly close in on you and you're going to have to fight? I think Hitchins is going to have to fight Duarte off of him. Point blank, period. I think Hitchins is going to have to fight, at some point, he's going to have to fight him off of him. The same way how Kenneth had to fight Duarte off of him. I think it's going to be the same thing. And again, it's not the boxing ability of why I say that this is a 50-50 fight. I think Hitchins have the capability to box him, to outbox Duarte. I just question how will he look when that gap starts to close in. But on that note, if you are new to the channel and you enjoy any of this content, make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and comment down below y'all thoughts and opinions. And also comment below, who do y'all have in this fight? Again, I see it as the 50-50. I might lean towards Hitchins because I think he's just a overall superior boxer to Duarte. But again, I do have it as a 50-50 fight for those reasons alone. And if you are new, make sure you hit that red button that says subscribe and click that bell. And make sure that the bell is turned on to all you do myself on any future uploads like this one. And as always, it's your boy Remy. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.